Hey guys, it's John. It's been a while since my last video. Life has been really busy lately and my work schedule's been all over the place, but here I am with yet another video. Today I'm going to be talking about 5 things that people do in order to achieve financial independence. Alright, so first and foremost, people who are part of the FIRE community tend to stay very organized. They have a set budget that they try their best to stick to. Also, people striving for FIRE tend to declutter their lives and only maintain what they need and what they value. While this degree of minimalism actually varies from person to person, cutting out the junk definitely makes it a lot easier to see and track your progress. By decluttering their lives and staying organized, the FIRE community actually gains this acute awareness for how much they're earning, how much they're spending, how much they're saving, and most importantly, how much they are investing. This is the first recipe for success. The second thing that you need to do in order to achieve FIRE is to be goal-oriented. The FIRE community constantly makes both short-term and long-term financial goals, and they constantly monitor their progress. By monitoring their progress, they're able to cut out things that are hindering them from achieving their goals. Being goal-oriented means monitoring your monthly or yearly savings rates, tracking your net worth, or making life changes in order to expedite your goals. This also includes paying yourself first. Before any bills come out, people who strive for FIRE set aside money in advance to save and invest. The third thing that the FIRE community does is optimize. It is very rare to see anybody with a frugal mindset ever buy something full price. In order to achieve FIRE, you have to be clever. It's inevitable that we all have monthly expenses, but the FIRE community is really good at getting the most bang for their buck. Whether it's strategically using coupons, stacking cashback sites and cashback credit cards, or taking advantage of program rewards, the FIRE community does it all. It's also pretty common to see people try to minimize their larger expenses or even start cash flowing with things like house hacking or renting out their cars. Of course, this is very dependent on where you are in this FIRE journey, but even if you are still paying down debt, you can get pretty clever with refinancing your student loans. Optimization also means making your money work for you. So just ask yourself, are you making any passive income through like dividends or rental income? The fourth thing that the FIRE community does is to delay instant gratification. So this is a pretty broad thing to say, but it is imperative that people who are trying to achieve FIRE delay instant gratification. This includes avoiding lifestyle inflation, which is increasing your expenses relative to your income and therefore stagnating your savings rate. The key to FIRE is to maximize your savings rate, whether this means increasing your income, decreasing your expenses, or both. The FIRE folk, I'm speaking as if the FIRE folk are like of a different country or something. The FIRE community is really good at recognizing what brings value to their lives, and therefore they're really picky when it comes to what they're willing to spend their money on. Now, this doesn't mean that they're cheap. This just means that they respect the value of money because they know that time equals money. Instead of saying, is this jacket worth $200? Try asking yourself, is this jacket worth half a day at work? I guarantee you that if you start rephrasing your spending in that way, you will be much more selective with how you manage your money. And the fifth thing that you need to do in order to achieve FIRE is to be realistic. It is so important to be realistic with your goals, otherwise you're going to burn out. You have to remember, FIRE is a marathon, not a sprint. You can't deprive yourself of the things that life has to offer. Remember that personal finance needs to be empowering, not depriving. So be patient, because if you stick to your short-term goals, your long-term goals will come to fruition in due time, I promise. So here is an example of how I tried to practice FIRE. I have a monthly budget that I try to stick to. This lists all of my fixed expenses as well as things that I always spend money on every month. I know how much I make every month, how much I spend every month, and how much I save every month. And most importantly, I also know how much I'm putting into investments. By staying organized, I'm able to see the areas that I need to improve upon every month in order to achieve my goals faster. I typically use Mint to keep track of everything, but there's a lot of other apps out there that help you keep track of your finances and stay organized. I have both short-term and long-term financial goals. I typically write out my goals in the beginning of the year and acknowledge when I hit a checkpoint in my financial journey. This helps me stay motivated. I also try to pay myself first in order to stay on track. I noticed that if I pay myself first, I tend to hit my net worth goals a lot quicker. This includes maxing out my 401k and setting aside money every paycheck that I'm going to save or invest. Right now, I'm working on my short-term goal of maxing out my Roth IRA from last year, and this year I am hoping to save and invest an additional $30,000 and hopefully start earning some passive income through real estate properties within the next few years. When it comes to optimizing, I typically use coupons and I stack those on top of already discounted sites like Groupon, and then use cashback apps like Rakuten on top of that, and then pay with a cashback or travel rewards credit card. I also tend to shop at the same places where I'm already a loyalty member, such as CVS or Staples or ShopRite, because I tend to get cashback rewards or free coupons if I do that. Delaying instant gratification is tricky. Those impulse buys are so tempting. When I see something nice, like a nice jacket or a pair of shoes that I want, I typically ask myself if I can get the same item for cheaper somewhere else. If the answer is yes, I typically try to hold off on buying that item in that moment, but if the answer is no, I'll wait 72 hours, then ask myself if I still really want that item. This has helped me curb my impulse spending a lot. Also, acknowledging what I value has really helped me with saving. I'm much more inclined to spend money on experiences rather than material items, so that encourages me to save more. And finally, I'm realistic with my goals. I know how much I make and how much I can save comfortably. I also know that right now, house hacking is something that I eventually want to do, but probably isn't the best option for me in the moment. I also try my best not to compare myself to other people. This is my own journey, just as it is yours. And all that matters is that you stay true to your own goals, and most importantly, be proud of yourself every step of the way, whether you are still paying down debt or if you've already reached FIRE. All right, guys, thanks for watching my video. Let me know if you have anything else that you want to add to this list down below in the comments. Until next time.